So, very good afternoon to all my students. So, today we'll be discussing about the cosmetic regulation. That is under Unit 1, we'll be discussing the regulations for cosmetics. So, we all know that under the Indian Drug and Cosmetic Act, the manufacturing, sales, distribution, import, everything of drug and cosmetic is regulated by act, that is Drug and Cosmetic Act. Okay, so laws are framed for the manufacturing, sales, distribution, import of drug as well as cosmetic. Okay, so under this unit, we will be discussing about the definition that we have already discussed in the previous class. Then we will be discussing the requirement for labeling, then provisions related to import of cosmetic, then the manufacturing regulation regarding the manufacturing of cosmetics and all that. Okay, so we'll recall the definition of cosmetic products. That is, cosmetic products under the Drug and Cosmetic Act, they are defined as an article intended to be rubbed, poured, sprinkled, sprayed, or introduced into or otherwise applied to the body, human body, or any part for the purpose of cleaning, beautification, promoting the attractiveness, or altering the appearance. Okay, so now next is why are cosmetic regulated? So now why we are regulating? Why the regulation, cosmetic regulation is required? Like, mostly important thing is just to ensure the quality of the product, just to ensure that whatever the cosmetic is, it has been sold in the Indian market, it must be safe, it must be effective, and it should confirm the quality standards. Otherwise, what will happen if these rules and regulations, they are not implemented, or the manufacturer, if it is not following those regulations, what will happen? Many of the chemicals, substandard chemicals, they can be used for the manufacturing of cosmetic, and because of that, the safety aspect can be affected. That is, they can be either hazardous to our health, and they can produce health hazards. They can cause several different type of toxicity, that is allergy, and different kind of interaction can be possible. So just to reduce or just minimize such type of things, each and every country throughout the globe, every country, it provides the regulations, rules and regulations for the sale and marketing for the cosmetic business. Okay, so every manufacturer has to follow those regulations. So this is why we go for the cosmetic regulation. Next is, so again, the regulatory body, they frames the rules and regulations for the manufacturing, sales, labeling, and import of the cosmetic products. The different countries, they have different rules for the regulation. Like, there can be a difference in the nomenclature, there can be difference in the labeling, there can be difference in the approved color list. So, and there can be a different type of chemicals which are being prohibited by the rule under the rule. So, all these, that is, different countries, they have different frame of regulation. Now, especially very important thing is like the color additives. The use of color additives should be done under the very safer side. That is, only the approved colors, they must be used in color cosmetics. Why? Because they can be produce health hazards. Okay, so colors they are first tested. If they are safe, then only they can be. So now in different countries like USA, European Union, then Japan, all these countries they have a stringent regulation. That is, the rules regulation they are strict as compared to the other countries like India, Brazil, and China. In India, Brazil, and China, they are not so much strict regulation, but again, regulations are there. So this regulations can be either, but always there are regulation. There can be a difference in the type of regulation. Now, if we talk about in America or US, basically FDA, that is Food Drug Administration, is responsible for controlling or regulating uh, the drug and cosmetic both. So, in European Union, European agency is there. In our country, that is India, mainly CDSCO, that is Central Drug Standard Control Organization. Basically, it regulates the drug as well as cosmetic products through the Drug and Cosmetic Act and rules. Okay, so in this particular slide, I've shown few of the chemicals which are being prohibited under the FDA. That is like uh, bithiazole, mercury compound, vinyl chloride, hydrogenated salicyl and anilide, zirconium complex in aerosol cosmetics, then chloroform, methylene chloride, then chlorofluorocarbons and propellants, hexachlorophene. All these are the list of chemicals which are being prohibited in under the this FDA Act. Then again, methacrylate is considered as a poisonous and harmful substance which is being used in this fingernail preparations. Okay, so all these chemicals they are restricted or prohibited under the FDA cosmetics. Okay, that means either these are strictly controlled, that is 100% they are removed, or they limit the level of this ingredient in the cosmetics. Now next is cosmetic regulation in India. So the cosmetic legislation is derived to the Drug and Cosmetic Act. We all know very well that both drug as well as cosmetics, the sales, marketing, manufacturing, import is regulated by Drug and Cosmetic Act. Then the main legislative body for doing this is again CDSCO, that is Central Drug Standard Control Organization, which is headed by Drug Controller General of India. So the manufacturing of cosmetic in India is regulated under the system of inspection and licensing. So basically, say if one want to manufacture and sell and distribute the cosmetic products, first person has to get the license from the state control department, or we can say state agency, regulatory agency. So now this state drug control department, it through inspection uh, first confirms whether the minimum facilities they are being provided by the manufacturer or not. If it the all the conditions they are fulfilled, then only this particular licensing authority they provides the license of manufacturing of cosmetics. Okay, so that means in our country, for the manufacturing of the cosmetics, the license is provided by State Drug Controller Department. Okay, or we can say State Drug Controller Department is responsible for providing license of manufacturing of cosmetics. Okay. Next is the import. Import of cosmetics is generally regulated by Central Drug Standard Control Organization, and basically he is responsible, or sorry, this particular mm, authority is responsible, or it the company who wants to import the cosmetic first register themselves under the SEDESCO, and then they provide the particular license to these company so that they can do the import, the cosmetic can be imported. Okay, so SEDESCO is the main authority who regulates the activity related to the import of cosmetics. Okay, then the chemical compounds like hexachlorophene, lead, arsenic compound, mercury compound, all these they are prohibited uh, to be manufactured as well as imported. So that means in the cosmetic products for the Indian market, they should not contain all these chemicals. Next, we'll discuss the different parts of Drug and Cosmetic Acts, which are usually which governs the manufacturing, import, and all that of cosmetic. So, out of 5 chapters, chapter 3 and 4 basically deal with first chapter 3 deals with the import of Drug and Cosmetic Act, that is the regulation regarding the import of drug as well as cosmetic. They are mentioned in chapter 3. Then regulation regarding the manufacturing, sales, distribution of drug and cosmetic, they are mentioned in chapter 4 of Drug and Cosmetic Act. Now, if we talk about the other rules for this import of cosmetic, they are mentioned in part 13. Rules for the manufacturing of cosmetic, they are mentioned in part 14. Labeling, packaging, standards of cosmetic, they are mentioned in 15. So, and next is schedule M2. It basically gives the guidelines for the GMP requirement, factory premises, plant, equipment for the manufacturing of cosmetics. So that means the minimum requirement for the good manufacturing practices needed for the cosmetic, they are mentioned in Schedule M2. Then what should be the premises, factory premises, what should be the layout, minimum layout, uh, and the detail regarding that we'll be discussing in the further classes. Okay, then what should be the requirement of equipment used for manufacturing of cosmetic, all should is laid down under in the schedule M2. Next is list of permissible colors for the cosmetics and soaps. They are and listed in Schedule Q. Then standards for the finished cosmetic products. They are enlisted in Schedule S. Then records for the manufacturing of cosmetics. They are shown or they are basically given under the Schedule U1. Next is the types of cosmetic license in India. So there are 2 types of license for setup of cosmetic business in India. That is type of license can be taken. One is manufacturing license, second was is import license. Now, for manufacturing license, uh, basically the individual or the company who want to procure a license from the licensing authority um, basically applies for the this particular license to the state government body, licensing body, that is State Drug Control Department. So basically this particular authority used to inspect the premises, uh, the particular company, and see whether all the facility which is required for the manufacturing of cosmetic, whether they are there, they are present or not. If they are present, then it provides the license of manufacturing of the cosmetic product to particular individual or the company. Uh, the type of license is import license. Import license for the cosmetic is regulated by the Central Drug Standard Control Authority. Next, we'll discuss about the regulatory requirement of manufacturing of cosmetic in detail. So, so as we have discussed earlier, that is license is required under the drug and cosmetic rules for the manufacturing of cosmetic. Cosmetic यदि मैन्युफैक्चर करना चाहते हैं तो आपको लाइसेंस की रिक्वायरमेंट होती है। आप यदि मैन्युफैक्चर करना चाहते हैं, सेल करना चाहते हैं, डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करना चाहते हैं इंडियन मार्केट में कॉस्मेटिक्स को, तो आपको लाइसेंस चाहिए होगा। और लाइसेंस इशू कौन करता है? लाइसेंस इज इशूड बाय स्टेट रेगुलेटरी बॉडी और लाइसेंसिंग अथॉरिटी which is appointed by state government. So for this, a particular individual has to submit a form, that is 31, form 31, along with the fee, licensing fee, that is 2,500, and he has to submit the inspection fee also, that is of 1,000 rupees. So along with this form and fees, when the applicant is submit this particular fees and form, then this state authority, that is state regulating authority, it appoints the inspectors, and these inspectors, they visit the premises, and then uh, observe the particular condition on which the manufacturing of the particular individual will undergo the manufacturing of cosmetic. So the inspectors are appointed under the Act. They are then required to submit a detailed report to the licensing authority, which can then decide whether to grant the license or not. So basically, after the application, the state licensing authority, they appoint the inspectors, they visit the premises, and they submit, they inspect the premises, and then they submit a detailed report to the state licensing authority. Okay. So before granting or refusing the license, the licensing authority is required to inspect both the premises. Next, the inspectors or the officers, generally what they find, they generally see whether the applicant has provided adequate space for manufacturing operation, quality control, storage of raw material, then packaging material and finished product. All this is there. That is whether the applicant is providing sufficient adequate space for manufacturing and various other operations like quality control test, storage and all that. Then second thing is they inspect for whether they provide adequate equipment. That is, whatever the equipment minimum requirement of equipment is fulfilled by the particular company or the individual or not, for the manufacturing of cosmetic, if that particular uh, uh, thing is there or not in the premises. So applicant has provided adequate equipment, machinery for the manufacturing of cosmetics which he intended to manufacture. Next, is the application. When the individual of the company uh, applies for this particular license, then the application should accompany with the following document, that is the layout plan of the factory premises must be there, then the list of equipment or machines which will be used for the purpose of manufacturing of cosmetic, that must be included. Then uh, document about the constitution of firm, that is basically the firm, the company, that document related to that company should be there. Then the document showing the possession of the applicant of the proposed premises, whether the particular premises, adequate space premises, whether it belongs to that particular applicant or not. So the document showing the possession of the premises for the factory, it should also be incorporated in that. Then the factory premises are inspected by the officers of the state regulatory. So all these, they are already submitted by the applicant along with the form 31. Then next, the condition for obtaining manufacturing license is like the manufacturer has to ensure that the production is done in the presence of competent and qualified technical staff. So, and at least one staff person should possess the particular requirement, like the person should hold the diploma in pharmacy approved by Pharmacy Council of India under the Pharmacy Act, or the person is registered under the Pharmacy Act, then, or the person has passed intermediate exam with chemistry as one of the subject, or any other examination as recognized by licensing authority as equivalent to it. So these are the criteria which are being made by licensing authority. The minimum qualification of the technical staff, qualified technical staff. As we know that for the manufacturing of drug and different doses form also, there is a minimum qualification B Farm required for the production or manufacturing of these doses form. In the same way, for the manufacturing of cosmetic also, the minimum qualification of technical staff is there. So it should, for requiring the license, this condition must be fulfilled. Next is the manufacturing of cosmetics. So, so Schedule M2 classifies the cosmetic into 11 main categories. That is powders, cream, lotion, emulsion, paste, or cleansing milk, shampoos, then shaving creams, hair oils, etc. Nail polish, nail lacquer. So these are the basic categories which are mentioned in Schedule M2, which shows that this is the classification. Next is the requirement of factory premises. So the essential requirement of factory premises for setting up the cosmetic business is mentioned in your Schedule M2. So under this, they have mentioned the location and surrounding. The location and surrounding should be strongly viewed before starting the construction. Like it should be vicinity to the hygienic, proper sanitized condition. That is, it should not be in a very highly congested area. It should be the area where the environment is hygienic and proper sanitary conditions are there. It should not be within the or nearby the residential area. And buildings should be free from rodents, insects, and all that, which can hamper the whole operation. Basically, these rodent insects, they can um, hamper your preparations different ways. Then the room where the manufacturing operation are being conducted, the surfaces must be smooth, they must be waterproof, then can easily be clean. The floor should be smooth, washable, dust free. Then disposal of water. There should be a proper arrangement for the proper discharge and disposal of water from the premises, and staff appointed for the manufacturing should be free from any communicable or infectious disease. Then tools like hand gloves, masks, uniform, etc. must be provided to the staff. A regular say health checkup must be conducted for all these staff so that they are not contaminating. There is the least chance of contamination of the product by the other contaminants. Then availability of first aid facility should be there inside the factory premises. Okay, and next is the regulatory requirement to import the cosmetic. So as we have discussed earlier, the import is regulated under the system or system of registration by the central licensing authority appointed by central government. So here we can say that for the manufacturing purpose, the licensing authority is the state government, and for the import of the cosmetic, licensing or the registration authority or is main authority that governs or regulates the import is your state government. Okay, so central licensing authority for import is your responsible is the state government. Okay, so safety of consumer who is using the basically this particular agency ensure the quality of cosmetic being imported in India. Okay, so so as per Drug and Cosmetic Act, certain cosmetic are prohibited to import in India. That is, any cosmetic which is not of standard quality cannot be imported. Any misbranded or spurious cosmetic cannot be imported. Any cosmetic of which the import is prohibited cannot be imported. Any cosmetic containing ingredients of unsafe or harmful quality, they are prohibited. Any cosmetic which contain hexachlorophene, which we have already talked about, that is hexachlorophene is the chemical which is included in the list of chemical which is prohibited under the Drug and Cosmetic Act. Any cosmetic which contains lead or arsenic compound, any cosmetic which contains mercury, any cosmetic for the personal use, all these are cosmetic prohibited to import in India. Okay, so I'm just ending here. So next we'll discuss the labeling in the next class. Okay, so Thank you so much for